Hey you guys, it's your girl Big Ish. Thank you so much for watching Black People Watch. Welcome back to my channel. I'm all dressed up and I have somewhere to go. The 63rd Annual Grammy Awards. Not in real life, but in my imagination. Let's talk about it. I got so many notes, you guys. Look at all these notes. Notes on notes on notes. Okay. For you, I took. It was so exciting, but this is actually my second take. I accidentally did not record the audio on the first video, so this is my second one. Hopefully I give you guys as much life as I had in the first one, but it is what it is, and I'm here again for you. Again, like I said, I'm dressed up for the Grammys. And you know, I thought it'd be fun to do that. So to start off, the Grammys is an opportunity for me to hear new artists in different genres that I don't normally listen to. Pandora had all week a playlist of Grammy nominated artists, and I was listening to them, so some of the songs I did know and some of them I didn't. So the 63rd Grammys was hosted by Trevor Noah and narrated by MC Lyte. You know her distinguished voice. She is very well spoken and she does a great job, and I'm so glad they invited her back. But what a great pick for Trevor Noah. Whoever picked him, they couldn't have did a better job. He was so engaging and entertaining the whole way through. I totally enjoyed him being a part of the Grammys this year. I mean, didn't you? He's so cute and funny. Okay, so to start off, there was limited seating, and you know, everybody was 6 feet apart. Everybody wore masks because of the pandemic, and they were, you know, just being responsible, which was great. Trevor Noah didn't have his mask on, but of course he was hosting and announcing, so he couldn't wear one, and I'm sure he got tested, and everybody else did too. So it's all good. So Black Puma announced the record of the year, which was Billie Eilish, and she's in her signature all green. Her hair is green, her outfit is green, and let me tell you something, my kids love her. They love her music. At first, I thought they were saying Billy Idol, and I'm like, yeah. They're like, Mom, do you know Billie Eilish? And I was like, yeah, I know Billy Idol. They're like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I know him. And they're like, no, Billie Eilish. And I'm like, oh, okay, no, I don't know him. And they're like, it's her. And I was like, okay, you know, whatever. I don't really know her music. I did hear little bits of it, but I don't think it's for me. It's just not my type. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then after that, they introduced Harry Styles, and he has this song called Watermelon Sugar, and it's my new favorite song. I love it now. This was my first time hearing it, and I'm like, I can't wait to hear it again. So I'm like, watermelon, what's this going to be about? You know, what is this? And of course, there are Black people in the background eating watermelon, sitting on a log, y'all. Psych, no, it wasn't. I'm just being funny. But that's what I thought. I said, my ears perked up. Watermelon sugar. What's this going to be about? And when I Googled it, they said that it's about Harry pleasuring a woman. And then some said that it's just about a summer fruit that everybody enjoys. And so, you know, they said the choice is up to you to believe what it's about. And Harry neither confirms or denies what the song is about. So, you know, we will leave it to our imagination on that one. But that was fun. That was fun to Google and find out, because I had to find out what that song Watermelon Sugar was about. Harry, what you talking about? So anyway, Trevor Noah poked fun at him, talking about he could steal your style and your dress and look good in both. And I was like, oh my God. But, you know, he kind of roasted him a little bit, but Harry didn't seem to have a problem with it. And he was just having fun. It was cute. So this girl group, him, they were rocking out. I don't know that song, but they were getting their whole entire life doing the funky chicken, and they were like in their zone. And sometimes, you know, you might not necessarily like a genre of music, but when you see a group or a person performing and they're in their zone and in their element and they're just totally rocking out, you're feeling that vibe with them. And that's totally what happened here. These three girls were like guitar players, drummers, and they were getting their entire life on this song, and I was feeling it, honey. I was with them. I was rocking out too. You know, you would have thought that I liked some, you know, heavy metal music or something, but they did a great job, and you know, they performed well. The best new artist was performed by Lizzo, and I don't know if y'all have seen her lately. I follow her on Instagram, and she's slimming down. She's getting very small. Well, not real small. She's still at a bigger weight, but it seems like she's doing it responsibly. Like she's not starving herself. She's eating healthy, and I watch her on Instagram, and she's juicing, and she's making sure she's having fish and brown rice and all of this, and doing what she has to do to lose weight responsibly and not hurt herself and harm herself. And it's slowly coming off, honey. You eat an elephant one bite at a time, and I'm proud of her. She looked so beautiful. She was always a beautiful girl, and she looks healthier and she's getting stronger. So, I'm really proud of her for that. She did curse a little bit, and she couldn't shake it off after that. After she cursed, she just continued to laugh. It didn't help that Megan Thee Stallion was in the audience and was kind of egging her on, and she could barely get through her introduction. But, it kind of lightened the mood of the crowd, and it made everything a little funny, and, everybody giggled and laughed. So it was cool. I was also introduced to this new group called the Black Pumas. They are out of Santa Monica, and, the guy said not too long ago he was performing on the pier. And even when he was in Santa Monica, he said that he would pretend that he was performing at the Grammys, so he would give his all to the people who was in front of him. He said, I never discriminated. If there was 2 people or, 20, I'm going to give them the show of their life. I'm going to give them a show like I'm at the Grammys. And he realized that without knowing, he was actually manifesting this dream to perform at the Grammys. And here he is today performing at the Grammys. And isn't God good? I mean, what a dream, and to have it come true is just sheer hard work and dedication, and congratulations to them. I enjoyed the music. I don't know if I'm going to listen to it again, but I did enjoy it while I was watching the program. So that says something. After the Pumas, the baby performed, and he was wearing all white, and he had his Chanel little pendant on the side, honey. And it was a violinist and all of that going on. He had this choir in the background. I'll read my notes, y'all. He had this choir in the background, and it was like, these women singing like opera to his song, and it was really innovative. It was different. I enjoyed it. We found out that Bad Bunny was the most streamed artist of the year, so that was great. I can't understand his music, but I know a lot of people that can understand his music and speak his language, which is Spanish. Enjoy him and love him, so congratulations to him. Dua Lipa, I don't know who she is. I did find out that she was an ex-model. She's stunning, she's beautiful, and she sings pop music, so she's one of the new pop girls. So it was great to see her. She wore like a pink glitter outfit, bra top and bottoms, like underwear, bra and panty set, and did glitter pink bra and panty set, and she had a glitter jacket that she wore over it, and then she took that off and got that pumping and doing her thing. But that's that young girl thing. Congratulations to her. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. This is my new song. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. That is my jam, y'all. That is my new song. I get my whole entire life on that song. They were giving me very much Delphonics. Boom with the step, pow, hit it, bam, bring it on back, kick, ball, change, bam, freeze, and pivot, spin, stop. And I love it. They were all in their 70s outfits. They were wearing brown bell bottoms and the wide lapel jackets and the wide lapel shirts with the big collars on them. It was everything. I love it. They weren't singing live. However, we know Bruno can blow, so that's not a thing. I know Bruno can sing. His voice is different for this song because I feel like he's trying to sing a different style than he's used to. So maybe he didn't feel confident singing live, but that is my song, y'all. I love it. I love it. The best country album went to Wild Card, the song Wild Card, and that is sung by Miranda Lindbergh. And I did know that Nightfall by Big Little Town was going to be nominated, and I just love that song. Again, this was one of the songs that was playing on my Pandora over the past week. That is a great song, you guys. If you haven't heard it, Nightfall by Big Little Town. I love that song. It reminds me of the 80s. It reminds me of 80s style music, and I really thought that was going to win, only because I know the song now. That's the only reason why I wanted it to win. Taylor Swift starts singing, and she's singing. It looks like she's laying down in a bed of grass or a bed of moss, and she's singing, and the camera pulls back, and you realize she's atop of a small cottage. This was the cutest scenery ever, and she gets up, and she's just so tall and long and beautiful, and she's wearing like some kind of crown like this, and she has on a long maxi Juliet type dress, big and huge and beautiful with big colossal arms, and it's blue lace and I think gold lame, and she just looks amazing. She comes down from atop the cottage, this small teeny little cottage, and she goes to sing with her band who's actually inside the cottage, and it's like some red lights, and she's barefoot, and she's just in her element, and she's such a great singer and a talent. My kids introduced me to her music, and I do like quite a few of her songs, and she's definitely just entertaining to watch, even when she's singing like slow music, and she's just very good at what she does. She's definitely just a star, just a born star, she is. The Grammys also took time to visit some of these nightclubs and places where people perform that were impacted by the pandemic, because these businesses thrive off of having performances and people come in and being packed and bringing crowds to their clubs, and they were greatly impacted by COVID, and they just don't have the crowds anymore. So they were like, kind of going to different towns and checking in on, some of the hot spots, and just trying to show people how these people were affected by the pandemic and what they're doing now and how they're surviving actually. And so that was good, because they shine a light. We're all stuck in our own bubble during quarantine, but there are people who are really suffering. I have been fortunate enough to continue to work during the pandemic, and a few of my friends have too, but there are people who are really suffering because their business thrives on having foot traffic, and the music industry is one of them. So that was great that they wanted to highlight that. So the best pop song went to my favorite new song, Watermelon Sugar, honey, and we're all just going to imagine what it's about. And is it me, or is this whole 60s vibe coming back? Because Harry Styles came on stage to accept his Grammy, and he was wearing like some brown bell-bottom pants and a plaid jacket, and of course his favorite green feather boa. I mean, don't leave that home, Harry. I mean, why green, like of all the colors? But okay. The Grammys also paid tribute to all the lives lost during the pandemic. Such a beautiful, beautiful tribute. Better than I've ever seen it done in the past, because in the past they would kind of glaze over it and they would say the names, or you would see a long list come up. This was beautiful, black and whites of the artists with a blue black drop and almost like snowflakes going over the artist. Just incredibly tastefully, beautifully done. Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars paid tribute to Little Richard, and I mean, who can do Little Richard better than Bruno Mars? He was perfect. He had his hair tied up kind of like him, just just to pay homage and tribute to Little Richard. Not trying to be like him or imitate him, or but just kind of give him a little, pay him a little homage. And I really like that. It wasn't like he was going 100% with the whole look, but just like, I'm just going to do this little hair tie thing because that was his thing, and admire that, and I like that in him. Eddie Van Halen passed away, which I did not know that. Mary Wilson, of course, and Kenny Rogers. And who to sing Lady for Kenny Rogers but Lionel Richie, who is one of my favorite artists of all time. And I did shed a tear because I do love that song Lady, and I love Lionel Richie. He does something to my soul. I really am a fan of his music. His music calms me down when I'm feeling anxious, and it really made me shed a tear. Because I am a Lionel Richie fan, I also know that him and Kenny Rogers had a legitimate friendship. They were really friends, and I know it was important for Lionel to really pay tribute to his dear friend, and I thought he did a fantastic, incredible, heart-touching job at doing that. Perfect. Another singer that they honored was Johnny Prime, and I never heard of him. It's kind of like folk music, kind of country folk, and the singer that sung his songs, she was phenomenal. She made me want to listen to more of his music. She sung them with such passion and such thought. You could tell that each word had meaning and depth, and it was just very beautifully done, and she was amazing at delivering the message in his music. So kudos to her, hats off to her. I don't know her name, but incredible singer. So many people perished this year that they actually directed people to go to the website. That's how many people died. I'm gonna go check it out later, but so many artists in their line of music passed away this year, and they really did a great job at just honoring them, and it was beautifully done. And good job to whoever thought up that segment. It was just genius, honestly. So the first Black nominated female country artist sung, and her name is Mickey Guyton. And when she first came on stage and I heard the first Black female country artist to be nominated, I started rolling my eyes, honey, and that shows you that you should never judge a book by its cover, because I started assuming that she was chocolate covered vanilla wafer and that she was going to sing some old honky tonk, and I was just okay, rolling my eyes, but honey, I had to smack my mouth and eat my words, because the song she sung was called Black Like Me. Awesome, amazing song. This song talks about how hard life is for everyone. Just in general, life is hard for people. People struggle day to day. We just want the dream that, everybody else wants. White House picket fence, or, house in white picket fence or whatever. And everything is even harder because you're in a Black body. You have been given a Black body and you're having an experience from a Black person's point of view throughout this life. And so it was just incredibly done, because the song spoke to everyone, saying life is just hard in general, but imagine what it's like. On top of being hard, you have to be Black and experience life in the United States. And I had to eat my words, honey, because her country song was about being Black. I'm gonna slap my mouth right now. Mickey. I'm sorry, girl. But I am gonna go back and listen to her song again, because it did touch me and it touched my spirit, and I hope it touched everyone else. And I hope people got a message out of it that, life is hard for all of us, but having the Black experience puts another spin on it. And it's nothing like it. You can't even imagine what it's like. I'm not trying to say that, it's all, hardship and everything, but I'm just saying it. You have all these other elements that go into what it is to be Black, on top of just having the human experience alone. So kudos to her, good job to her. Now they have this new genre called melodic rap, which is good because there's so many different type of variations of rap. It's good to see that they are saying that rap doesn't just fall into one category, which is very, very true. Rap can be several different things. It could be spoken word, it could be melodic, it could be, just several. It could be hardcore, it could be, soft, it can be all these different things. So Anderson .Paak won Best Melodic Rap, and good for them. The artist Her won Best Songwriter, and she's been doing this since she was a child, so that's no surprise here. She is fantastic, and congratulations to her and her team. She works really hard, and she touches a lot of things that people don't even know about, a lot of projects, so good for her. Meg Thee Stallion performed, and there was a lot of humping, bumping, and pumping, honey, a lot of dipping it and dropping it low, swerving and snaking and doing it all. And then after that, Cardi B came out and she did her thing. It was a lot of whopping, sop and drop. And I'm just gonna say this because I ain't preaching, okay? But Black women, we always complain that we're over sexualized. And listen, you preaching to the choir, because I had my day of doing that too. but we can't really complain about it when we make music and represent ourselves this way and then say that we're being over sexualized in the media because this is what we're showing them. I'm just saying, let's move right along. There was an older gentleman at the Apollo Theater that presented Best Rap Song to Meg Thee Stallion. And then we, first get a glimpse that Beyonce is in the audience. So I grasped my pearls. I'm like, oh, Beyonce is there. I had no idea. She doesn't come to everything. But, she was there. Her and Jay-Z were there. That's when Trevor Noah came out to say that Beyonce is tied for the most Grammys at 27 Grammys. I don't know with who else. It must have been either Taylor Swift or Michael Jackson is the only other person I can think of. But they said she was tied with 27 Grammy. And so, everybody got up and they clapped and it was great and it was a good time. So then they go on to give the best pop album to Dua Lipa. Lil Baby performed this song called The Bigger Picture, which was about police brutality. And I didn't know rap had a message anymore. Rap has a message now, you guys. Again, I thought that all went away, but apparently it's coming back. And a guy, one of the actors with the light eyes, it's a cute little thing. He gets out of the car and the police shoot him in the back. And of course it's reminiscent of what's going on in our society today, where Black people are getting killed in the streets. And it's unfortunate, of course, and it's just sad and it's horrific. And he portrayed all of that in his song. The building was burning and everything in the background. So good job to him for being brave and speaking out against police brutality and police. Best R&B album was presented by Babyface and L.A. Reid, and of course Babyface looks like $1 million, like he just stepped out of a GQ magazine. He always looks GQ ready, skin just flawless. Babyface is just amazing in my book, and I love him. They also revealed that this Grammy would break the Beyonce tie with whomever. And she is now the winner of the most Grammys of all time at 28 Grammys. She goes up to accept her award. Of course, she thanks her husband. And we also find out that Blue Ivy won a Grammy earlier in the evening. And she congratulates Blue Ivy on her Grammy. And she thanks her children. And she's just so proud of her accomplishment. She's in her grown woman. Her face is a little fuller. Her hair is wild and big. She's filled out. And she just looks like a beauty queen. She's gorgeous, and I'm just so proud of her, and congratulations to her, her family, and Blue Ivy on winning that Grammy. Isn't that amazing? After that, Doja Cat performed Say So. So, she comes on and she's speaking to the camera and she's saying, she says, it's so funny to hear me being nominated as a new artist because I've been doing this for so long. And doesn't Doja Cat kind of remind us, shall we say, of Khalees back in the day? Just new and quirky and weird, but good at the same time. I love Doja Cat. She came out with that song Moo or Be I'm a Cow or something like that. I thought that song was so cute. I really enjoyed it. And you know what? She did a stellar performance. Doja Cat is one to watch out for. Doja Cat can sing and dance, and honey, she was singing live. I heard it. I heard her singing, honey. She might have been singing with a track or something, but it was definitely her voice coming through, and she can move. I mean, she can move. So she's going to be, someone to really watch out for. It's nice to see her climb and get better in her music, hear her music evolve and improve, because she sings that, dun, 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 why don't you say so, and give it a ba-ba-doo-doo, da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's the cutest song ever. I love it. So that Korean boy band, they got on stage and did their thing. They're called BTS, and they performed Dynamite, which was good. They just giving you 90s boy band group, in with a Korean twist, and that's good and good for them. And the little girls, they gonna love it and scream about it and scream over it, and they got their little following. Well, I'm sure not little because they had the Grammys, but good job to them. I've seen that twist a million times of the boy band, but I would like to see the boy bands come back. I don't hear any R&B boy bands anymore. I don't know what's happening. But, that seemed to have come and went with the 90s. I don't know what that was. But, it's good to see the Koreans doing it. Trevor Noah did a tribute to Beyonce for Black Parade. The song Motherland Drip on Me, which is one of my favorite. I mean, that song takes me to the motherland. I just want to do all my African dances when I hear the motherland drip on me. I just want to do, you know, it resonates in my soul, and I feel myself back in the motherland when I hear that song. I just love it so much. And then after that, we realized that Ringo Starr comes out to say that Billie Eilish won the album of the year, which, you know, I'm never surprised with that one because, you know, I was side-eyeing a little bit because Beyonce definitely, I feel, deserved it. But that's not the first time this happened. You know, we all know when Kanye felt the same thing and what he did. But, you know, congratulations to Billie Eilish. Overall, you guys, this was one of the best, if not the best, Grammys that I have ever seen. I'm going to say since Michael Jackson days or something like that. Even more so because I was so engaged. Trevor Noah is charismatic. He is not slap your knee, bust a gut funny, but he still is engaging and, you know, smart and witty and funny, and you are taken in by him and you want to hear what he has to say. I was engaged the whole time. I didn't stop watching. I was able to fast forward through the commercials because I watched it this morning, but I watched every artist. I watched every artist perform, which I don't normally do. You know, the Grammys were on the, you know, people didn't like them anymore. People were talking about them. Don't listen to the Grammys. Don't go to the Grammys. You know, they've got it all wrong. They don't know the picks. And, you know, I'm not going to say they get it right all the time. I think that they did a good job this time. I felt like the pandemic was a blessing to the Grammys. I felt like the Grammys needed that because they found more innovative ways to introduce artists. The artists were able to talk about their struggles. They were able to talk about how they got to that point of coming to the Grammys, what led them there, their highs, their lows, the struggles that they had to get there. And that was more interesting than seeing a bunch of artists packed in a theater and, you know, them going one after the other. This one's next, this one's next, this sung this and she's next, and he sung that and he's next. No, this was more personal. This was more get to know the artist, because once we got to know them, I felt that I wanted to hear them sing. I wanted to hear them perform. Before then, you know, years prior, they would say this artist is coming up, and I would go get a snack or go get something to eat and wait for my favorite artist to come on. And I didn't want to do that with this. I wanted to watch everybody because I heard their story. I heard their struggle. It was beautifully done. The performances were great. Most people lip sync. Some didn't. I wasn't mad at that because they focused more on their performance, and that's okay with me. If somebody is saying, okay, I'm not going to sing live, but I'm going to focus more on the delivery of the performance, and we got that. I felt like everybody took their time with their performances, even if they were pre-recorded, that they were good, you know, and there were no mishaps really, except for Lizzo, you know, with the blah, blah, blah in the beginning, but that's okay too. You know, she, you know, made everybody more relaxed and everybody had a good time. Overall, great show. Trevor Noah, fantastic. Just whoever picked him, give them a raise. Whoever picked Trevor Noah, give that person a raise. You know, we love LL, and you know, he's not Trevor Noah. This is Trevor Noah's avenue. This is where he thrives. This is him, you know, and you couldn't have did a better job. Congratulations to the Grammy. The pandemic served you well because you have been revived. You were on life support, and now the dead has arisen. What do you think? Did you enjoy the Grammys like I did? Let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.